Alright guys, welcome back to another Genshin Impact video, and they have finally officially announced the version 2.6 banners for phase 1 and also the update notice for patch 2.6. So we're going to be talking about this all this video, so let's get started. Alright, so we're gonna start off with Ayato's banner first. So we pretty much got a confirmation of all the 4 stars already now, alongside Ayato. So we're gonna be talking about the 4 stars on his banner. So we first have Xiangling, Sucrose, and then Yunjin. From what I see in this banner, it's really pretty good overall to pull on. Even though you're a new player or you're a veteran player, I think this banner is pretty nice overall. And Yunjin is recently a read out character. In the past, he was a new character, so now she's making a comeback. So I think most people actually don't even have a copy of Yunjin because you probably skipped on the banner maybe. So seeing her making a comeback pretty early actually is pretty good. So if you don't have Yunjin, this is a nice banner to get a copy of her if you want. Sucrose as well, her constellations do get better if once she reaches C6, she does become like a mini Kazuha. So it can really be valuable to the team. If you don't have Kazuha, then Sucrose also can be a very good addition to your team. And lastly, Xiangling is I think one of the best 4 stars in the game right now still. Um, if you have multiple constellation of her like her C4, she gets pretty crazy in terms of your damage. If you can get also C6, it's even better. But I think C4 should be good enough on her. So this banner overall actually is a pretty nice team for Ayato as well. From what I see, you can actually put this team in Ayato's team and work fine. The only thing you don't have a healer. Probably you can swap out maybe Sucrose with someone else maybe or with Sayu something like that if you have her. But it's very flexible in terms of the team comps you can use for Ayato looks like. But overall, I think this banner isn't too bad at all. I mean, it is pretty safe to pull on if you are looking to build PD. Maybe you're not going for Ayato, maybe you're saving up for probably Ayaka or Venti or something else, I don't know. You can actually pretty much pull on this banner without any issues. So yeah, it is pretty safe to pull, and I can easily recommend this banner to anyone playing Genshin. So pretty nice. The best thing about Yunjin is she also does buff the normal attack damage and also normal attack speed if you have a C6. So it's very good synergy between Ayato and Yunjin as well, and also Xiangling and Sucrose. So all these characters can synergize well with Ayato because Ayato probably can do some vaporize with Xiangling with a Paranado. I want to see how that works. It's gonna be very interesting. We also have Sucrose to swirl the element and also use the VV set to reduce the resistance of enemies. So pretty cool. Um, then we have this banner as well. Let's move on to the next one, which is Ventis Banner. So the only difference in Ventis Banner is just the 5 star. Other than that, pretty much the same. And do note, guys, they share PT with Ayato's banner. So if you want to pull on the character, make sure you go for the one you want. Yeah. So Venti as of now, if you guys don't have Venti yet, in terms of the meta or the Spiral Beast meta, I should say, currently all the enemies in the current Spiral Beast are quite heavy and they can't really be sucked into that vortex. So venting right now, before 2.6 is not that great in terms of the Spiral Beast. So if you plan to get him, I suggest just waiting a while maybe for the 2.6 Spiral Beast to show up, so you can see all the enemies lineups, and then from there you can make a decision whether you want to pull for Venti or not. But overall, Venti is still a pretty nice character to have. Pretty much useful, even though outside this Spiral Beast is good for exploration or even doing domain runs, just suck everything up and pretty much everything dies. So that is Venti basically. And if you maybe plan to get a copy of him, I think it's fine. Just choose either one, maybe choose either Ayato or probably Venti. Don't go for both because if you go for both, you're really gonna run out of Primogens for sure. So just go for the one you want. And if you really want to collect all the Archons, I guess you can go for Venti, I guess. But in my opinion, I have Ventis, and so far he's okay in the early games of Genshin Impact. But now I barely actually use him that much because this Power Beast, as I said, all the enemies They are very heavy and they can't be grabbed. So it's only very useful in certain situations in the Abyss. So it's still nice to have him, but it's only useful in certain situations, as I said. So if you want to go for Venti, then yeah, he's actually pretty good in certain situations. So yeah, that's basically it. So all the 4 stars are the same, and you pretty much can. I don't think you can use this set of team for Venti. Probably you want to pair something else because Yunjin is not really gonna help Venti at all. Xiangling maybe. Yeah, Xiangling obviously she can apply the Pyro and Venti can swirl it. Same for Sucrose, but probably add another unit here to the team. But other than that, this banner is okay for Venti. It's nothing crazy, but it is what it is. For the Ayato banner, I think it's much more amazing with this team, but you obviously can just swap other characters if you have others as well. Alright, so those are the character banners, and I think it's a pretty okay banner to pull on. It's not that bad at all. I mean, it's pretty safe to pull. Just choose your 5 stars, and yeah, that's pretty much it, basically. So let's move on to the next banners, which are the weapons banner for the phase 1. So we pretty much know we're gonna get the Haran Gepaku Futsu Sword for Ayato, best in slot weapon. For him, he has a crit rate substat. It has a passive that is more tailored towards him and also potential future sword users that utilize normal attack damage, because from what I see in the description, it's mainly focusing on normal attack. So if you really want this weapon, it's really specific to certain characters like Ayato. So that's the only problem with this weapon. Other than that, this weapon looks amazing. I think it's crit rate substat, so it's pretty much pretty universal overall. Uh, However, do note that there are other 5-star swords available as well in the game. So we have the Jade Cutter as well, which is also a crit rate. Substat has a very good passive as well for Ayato, so it's pretty useful on him as well. We have the Mist Splitter Reforged. So this weapon was already has already passed, but it's rumored to be rerun in the Ayaka banner. So if you're interested in that, you might want to hold on first before wishing on this banner, because that weapon actually could be better than Ayato's best in slot, because it is more universal in terms of the damage you can do versus this one. Maybe this one's gonna be slightly more better, maybe a few percent better, but not much. So yeah, so you might want to hold on wishing this banner, because from what I see, this banner is not looking too good. We have the Elegy of the End as well on this banner. So if you want this bow for Venti or probably other bow user, I can't really think of many. Probably Diona can use this. Kujo Sara maybe, but yeah, a couple of characters can use this weapon as well. But it is really more useful on Venti. But if you have like the stringless maybe at R5, I don't think you really need this weapon in my opinion. So it's very hard to recommend this banner already from what I see. The 4 stars on this banner aren't amazing, they're okay. We have the Wit Sieve, which is one of the best 4-star catalysts in the game we can get from the gacha. We have the Sacrificial Greatsword, pretty good weapon overall for a support character that can reset the skill for Claymore users. We have the Dragon's Bane, pretty much a very good Polearm if you have Hu Tao or maybe a Xiangling, you want to do a lot of reactions with it. It's going to be a very amazing Polearm. We have the Flute, not that great at all actually, to be honest. Has attack percent on it. I don't sure who can use this one, but pretty much just a attack percent weapon basically. And we have the Rust, which is very good on Yoimiya and also Tartaglia, I believe, because it does boost normal attack damage for those bow users. And that this weapon banner isn't looking too great in my opinion. It's most likely a skip for most of you, because as I said, there are many other 5-star options for the swords that are coming and available in the game, so you don't have to rush and get this weapon unless you really want both of these weapons. Then maybe you can wish on this one. But other than that, if you're just going for one of it and you're not very sure about it, I just don't recommend this banner at all. I suggest skip completely and just wait for the next banner. We might have a sneak peek soon when the phase 2 comes out. Usually they show us the banners. So we need to wait for the Mist Splitter Reforged first, and then that unknown weapon that they will introduce. We don't know yet. So who knows if they might introduce another crack weapon in that banner. So that banner will definitely be better than this one already. So we'll just have to wait a while. We should take about 20 days once it goes live. But yeah, so that is the weapons banner. If I were you, I would not recommend pulling on this banner if you're free to play, because it's gonna cost you a lot of money if it goes wrong, and yeah, you're gonna be topping up money just to get that particular weapon you want for just a small amount of gain. So yep, that's pretty much it for the weapons banner. In conclusion, I suggest don't pull, in my opinion. But you are a whale, maybe you have a lot of money, then yeah, I guess you can go for it. But if I were you, I would definitely save up for the next banner. So that is the weapons banner, and let's move on to the last part of this video, which is the version 2.6 update notice. So they posted this alongside all the banners as well, so we got pretty much all the info we need to know about the next patch. So we're not going to go through every single thing, we're just going to go through the things that I find important. So as you guys know, we're going to have a maintenance at 30th of March, which is this Wednesday. So it'll take about 5 hours usually, and it will end around 11 a.m. GMT plus 8. Usually that's the timeline they usually end. They do sometimes end earlier by half an hour, around 10:30 a.m. Sometimes I remember I managed to log in around 10:30 in patch 2.5. I remember, so that was last time. I'm not sure about this one. We have to find out once we get the update. And pre-installation is also now available for PC and mobile as this time recording. So be sure to download the patch now, pre-download now, because if you pre-download later, the servers will get very congested and you're gonna miss out a bit. So it's gonna be a bit slow to download and you might miss out on something. So yeah, do pre-download in advance so that when the patch goes live, you don't have to waste a lot of time. So yeah. Alright, so those are the update stuff, and the compensation stuff pretty general. We get 300 when the maintenance goes live. When maintenance ends, we get 300, and we also get another 300 for the bug fixes as well. They didn't put here, but we usually get that after the patch goes live. So yep, those are the compensation stuff. Alright, now let's go through the update details now. So we have the new area, the chasm. Pretty much we know already about this. If you watch the live stream, we also have some prerequisites you need to meet. We have the rank of AR28. You need to meet AR28 in order to get to the chasm and also complete this Archon Quest. So make sure you done the Archon Quest as well, and also this World Quest as well to unlock the underground mines. Alright, so now let's move on to the new characters. This one I'm not going to talk much because we already talked about Ayato already, so we're going to skip this one. We have a new domain. This one pretty much we kind of know because we have a new artifact set. So the new domain is called the Lost Valley. It will be somewhere in the chasm. We have the new equipment. This one's pretty much we also know we have the new 5-star sword for Yato. A new artifact set for probably some new characters that we can use for Xiao maybe, or even Ayato. We have to test it out once we got it in game. New event, so we pretty much got a sneak peek already of the event in the live stream. So this is an Inazuman themed event that's gonna go throughout 2.6. Probably maybe there's the first phase of 2.6. I think looks like it's on the 25th of April, and we have split into 4 acts, and it is time gated, so do take note of that. And I think after about 3 days you can do the next one, and then so on. So we pretty much got a free Sing Chill as well for doing this event. So if you have a Sing Chill probably at C5, this is the nice one, you can get C6 Sing Chill. Or you don't have a Sing Chill at all, maybe you might wanna skip on the shop maybe because you don't want to buy that. You can get it for free and get a copy for free just by playing this event. So yeah, you don't have to buy on the shop now. You can just get it for free since now he's in the shop. And yeah, so that's pretty nice. We're getting a free signature and also probably other stuff like the crown and primo gems and also other stuff. So pretty sweet. A lot of prerequisites, so don't forget to check this out. And looks like we have to complete the Ayato story quest as well in order to advance. So I will have to do this as well in order to proceed for the events. Speaking of story quest, let's talk about the main story. So we're gonna have the Archon Quest. Is one of the most exciting things in Genshin. Obviously, you are playing Genshin. I assume you guys play Genshin for the story as well, not only for the gameplay stuff, because the story is very interesting, in my opinion. So we're gonna get a new story quest, Chapter 2, Act 4, which is regarding the chasm, and also possibly more information and lore regarding the Abyss Order and also the journey to Sumeru as well. I hope you get to see that as well during the quest. And we also got the story quest for Ayato, definitely new character, new story, so pretty much expected to see this. Act 1, so first act of Ayato's story quest, probably gonna know more backstory about him. New world quest introduced for sure, possibly due to the new area for the chasm. We're gonna new some lore behind the chasm maybe, or probably more information about the chasm, and also Primo Gems, because a lot of World Quests give a lot of Primo Gems, so why not? And they said add more, so we probably have more quests down the road. New enemies introduced in 2.6, so with the introduction of the chasm, we also got the sneak peek of Rune Serpent, a new boss. I don't know if this is a world boss or a weekly boss. From what I see, probably just a world boss maybe. So we can fight it and it drops some materials we need probably for ascension stuff for another character maybe. Which is pretty nice, and it looks like an Onyx from Pokemon for what I see, but um, the attacks animations and the design of it looks pretty sick. Can't wait to try it out. Can't wait to fight it. So that's pretty exciting. We have the Black Serpent Knight also. This is another enemy. I think this is a normal enemy. It's not a big one. It's more like a guard or something. We have a floating hydro fungus, so something flying, I guess, floating in the air. We can kill it and it drops something. We can probably fungus or something. I don't know what it drops, but yeah. So that is all the three enemies we got in 2.6. Let's move on to other additions. So we pretty much, with every new patch, we have new recipes from what I noticed. So we have a new recipes coming, probably selling in the One Min Restaurant in Niue. We have new achievement categories, Challenger Series 5, and also a couple of other Wonders of the World achievements. These are hidden achievements that you can earn throughout the game as you play. New name cards introduced. We have Ayato's name card. We have the achievements for Thunderclap, Lumen Stone of Light, and also the Chasm achievement name cards and the Travel Notes Battle Pass name card. So that's pretty cool. New furnishings, leisure device, maximum motivation. No idea what is that, but I will try it out and see once I got the update. Adjust brightness function has been added to settings. This is actually pretty cool. It's sort of a quality of life thing. If you don't like the brightness being too bright when playing at night, maybe you can turn down the graphic settings in the settings finally. So that is pretty cool. Uh, Number 6, we have the Radiant Spin Crystal. So this is sort of like music tracks in the Serenity teapot that you can buy from the salesperson in the teapot or your friend's world. So it has been added to Mondstadt, Liyue, and Inazuma. Finally, they added Inazuma tracks. So you can obtain them, and you need to get the gadget, this Euphonium Unbound, if you haven't got it already, in order to play the music in your teapot. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, the teapot traveling salesman has added those radiant spin crystals, so you can purchase it from your friend's world or your own world. So that's pretty cool. And also corresponding world quests. So it looks like we can get it from world quests as well, which is pretty interesting. Number 8, so we have the Raider Shogun story quest. So if you've done Act 2, it looks like gonna add a shop in Rido where you can purchase Sango Pearls, Unagi Meat, and some 2-star Lucky Dog artifacts if you're interested in those. So pretty interesting. Now you can buy these pearls, unagi meat, if you're really lazy to farm them. Unagi meat actually is harder to get, but Sango pearls actually is pretty easy to get in my opinion. But if you're less lazy, you can just buy it from this shop, I guess, for a certain amount of mora. New living beings, we have the Luck Light Fly in the Blue Thunder Weasel. All are capturable using the gadget, so that's pretty cool. We have the new harvestable resource, Starshroom. I guess you can get this and loot this as you explore the chasm. Pretty nice. A lot of quality of life changes for the tutorial screen and also the party setup screen and also the adventure handbook. You can just read them for yourself. The one that caught my eye the most is number 12, where we can now open the party setup screen on mobile platforms on the main interface. Just tap and hold your character and then it will just instantly go to the party setup screen. I'm not sure how fast is that. Instead of opening the main menu and going to the party setup button, I think tapping and holding is faster, so you don't have to go waste your time opening on the main menu. So I think this is a pretty sweet change for the mobile users. Pretty nice. New prompt screens for loading screens, new loot drops from the Abyss Heralds, Abyss Lectors, Gloomy Statutes, Dark Statutes, and Deathly Statutes. So I'm not sure what are those, but we got some new loot drop it seems from those enemies. Alright, so finally we're gonna move on to the Spiral Beast. Alright, Spiral Beast has obviously undergo some changes. We have changes to the monster lineup for floor 11 and 12 like usual. They don't even bother to touch 9 and 10. All characters in the same part in the party gain a 75% annual damage bonus. So this is pretty much a buff for all animal damage dealing characters. We have Venti, we have Xiao, Kazuha maybe, Sayu, Sucrose. Any animal user is gonna get this buff, so it's pretty sweet. We're getting this buff, so you have any more main DPS users, this is the floor you're gonna enjoy the most. And yeah, it will come at the first phase of 2.6. So first phase is Street, Ice Moon, and all the other phases, corresponding phases as follows. You can just read them all here. From what I see, it's mainly really focused on normal attack. So you have Ayato, Yoimiya, probably other characters that utilize normal attack, probably Child. Um, yeah, you're gonna have a good time in this abyss because most of the buffs here are normal attacks. So pretty much a buff for Ayato and other normal attack dealing damage characters. So that's pretty nice. But we have to test out and see how it fares in this abyss. We're gonna test Ayato and see. Alright, so now let's move on to the adjustments and optimizations to the game. So in enemies, they lower the damage done by the hatchlings, which is pretty interesting. I don't really notice the damage was high or not, but yeah, they lower the damage for this, and they optimize the appearance. Okay, not that important. Optimize the icon, not very important. I think tutorials, quality of life changes. Optimize the logic sorting for weapon materials and artifact materials. These two materials are placed at the bottom of their respective categories, but their internal sorting will be affected when sorting by quality. So it looks like they did change a bit of the filtering systems for the weapons and the artifacts, which is nice. Audio stuff, I'm not going to discuss too much about it, so I'm going to skip this. If you're interested, you can read it for yourself. So let's talk about the others. So now the text of the exit download button, okay, this one becomes stop download, pretty subtle. Animation cutscenes from 2.6 version earlier, so all Jean, Amber, Visera, Mon appearances have been adjusted. So now they have changed to their new outfits. You won't see them in their origin outfits anymore. So that's something to take note about. They optimize the cutscene animations. They're optimizing the display animation details for Kea. Okay. Batch optimizes the logic related to enemy homing functions for 15 characters and 4 large size enemies. So all these enemies looks like they have some homing changes or AI related changes to their attacks to those 15 characters, which I don't know. But anyway, we have to find out once the patch goes live. And these are the abyss changes. So you have spiral abyss changes for the rewards. So those rewards you get by completing the abyss. Last time they gave the gladiator set and also the wondrous trope set artifacts. So now they're gonna make a change, first time ever in Genshin. They never changed this in the start, to the new artifact set, which is the Vermilion Hereafter and the Echoes of the Offering. So these are the two new artifact sets they just introduced in the game, and they're changing it in the Spiral Abyss in terms of the rewards as well. So it's pretty interesting that they're gonna do this change. So the only way now you can get this is from farming world bosses, or the weekly bosses, and also the artifact exchange, or the artifact the artifact exchange thing. So you only can get this now you only can get those artifacts from there, which is not sure if I want to say it's sad, but I think it's about time we have a change. So I think it's pretty nice. They're giving us a brand new set to get for as a reward. So this is sort of encouraging probably those people who don't do the abyss, you can get a chance or to get those new artifacts over here as well. So without using any resin. So yeah, you can get it off here. Anyway guys, that's for number 6. So let's move on to number 7. Some minor optimizations for the controllers. I'm not going to talk about this too much. Some height adjustments for the central D stage. This is just text description changes, and that's pretty much it. So that is the version 2.6 update notice. And what do you guys think? I think I'm very excited obviously for the Chasm, Ayato himself, and also the events. I can't wait to get a C6 Singchu, some crowns for crowning some character talents, and also the story. In my opinion, I'm very interested in the story as well for the next patch. And alongside all the events and all these Spiral Beast changes, very excited for 2.6. And as always guys, I'll be streaming live on Twitch. If you guys haven't followed me yet, do follow me on twitch.tv/Jerry95. I'll be streaming live on Genshin Impact, doing Genshin Impact streams throughout 2.6 because there's a lot of things to do now, so finally I can stream. And I'll be wishing for Ayato on Wednesday, so you can catch it live twitch.tv. And yep, that's all for me guys for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you guys on the 2.6 update, which is coming up very soon. See ya.